Hello everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to share with you our focus on Mega Goal 3.2, which is all about listening and discussing skills. Today we'll be exploring Unit 12, titled Lost and Found. On this first slide, you'll see our cover page, including your student's book page number, which is 180. Over the next few slides, we'll go through the key concepts and activities related to this unit. So let's get started and dive into our topic. So let's start with a quick warm-up. I want you to think about the word lost. What do you think is the opposite of lost? That's right, usually we think of words like found or located. But today, we're going to explore this idea a bit more deeply. Now, I'd like you to consider what this unit will be about. What do you think we'll be focusing on? Perhaps it's about understanding directions, identifying locations, or maybe even about problem-solving when things aren't where they should be. This warm-up is designed to get us thinking about these concepts from the very beginning. Remember, understanding opposites and the ideas of being lost or found can really help us improve our vocabulary and comprehension skills. Throughout this unit, we'll be connecting these ideas to everyday situations and learning how to communicate more effectively. So let's keep these questions in mind as we move forward. Let's take a moment to look at the structure of our stories. First, what is the title of the third story? And then, what about the second story? Finally, what's the title of the first story? Now, if we step back and look at this slide, you'll notice it asks, what is the title of this text? This helps us understand how each story fits into the overall narrative we're exploring. By identifying these titles, we can better see how they connect to our main theme, whether it's growth, challenge, or innovation. It's important to see how each story builds on the previous one, creating a cohesive flow. So, as we move forward, keep in mind how these titles and stories relate to the bigger picture we're discussing today. So let's talk a bit about where his treasure is supposed to be. It's believed to be near Mexico City, which was a central location for the Aztecs. When we ask, where is his treasure supposed to be? It really points us to this area in Mexico and Central America, which was the heartland of the Aztec Empire. Now, thinking about the area he ruled, it was vast and powerful. The Aztec Empire covered a large part of what we now call Mexico, and it extended into parts of Central America. This was a huge and influential territory with a rich culture and complex society. And who was Moctezuma? Well, he was an Aztec emperor, a leader who commanded great respect and wielded significant power. Understanding his role helps us grasp the significance of this entire region and its history. So, in summary, Moctezuma was a key figure who ruled over a vast area in what is now Mexico and Central America, and his story is central to understanding the Aztec civilization and its treasures. Today, I want to introduce you to Theodore M. Davis. He was the first person to find clues about Tutankhamun's tomb, which was a huge breakthrough in Egyptology. Davis was quite young at the time, only in his late teens, showing that even young explorers can make significant discoveries. Now you might wonder, how old was he when he died? Well, he didn't live to see the full story unfold, but his early work set the stage for future discoveries. And speaking of Tutankhamun, he was a king of Egypt, one of the most famous pharaohs in history, known for his relatively short reign and the incredible treasures found in his tomb. So, in essence, Davis's early discovery helped us understand more about this young king and his final resting place, which ties into our overall theme of uncovering Egypt's ancient mysteries. Let's talk about the incredible value of the Amber Room. It's estimated to be worth around $142 million. That's a staggering amount for a single room. Now, you might wonder, who was this magnificent room built for? It was commissioned by Tsar Peter the Great of the Russian Empire, intended to showcase the wealth and power of Russia at the time. So, what exactly is the Amber Room? It's a room made entirely of amber, which is a beautiful, golden fossilized resin, and it was intricately decorated with jewels, making it a true masterpiece of craftsmanship. The Amber Room was not just a luxurious space. It was a symbol of opulence and artistic achievement. As we see, this room isn't just about its stunning appearance. It represents the grandeur of the Russian Empire under Peter the Great and the incredible artistry of that era. Its history and its estimated value remind us of the importance of cultural treasures and their significance in history. Now let's look at these words: revenge, preserve, attempt, invaluable, and treasure. Each of these carries a unique meaning that helps us understand different motivations and values. Revenge, for example, is about seeking justice or payback, often driven by strong emotions. It's important to recognize that revenge can sometimes cloud our judgment and lead to negative consequences. Preserve means to protect or maintain something in its original state. Think of it as the effort to keep things intact and safe for the future. This idea ties into the broader theme of valuing and safeguarding what matters most. Attempt refers to trying or making an effort to do something. It's about taking initiative, even if success isn't guaranteed. This word highlights the importance of effort and perseverance in achieving our goals. Invaluable describes something so valuable that it's difficult to measure its worth. Whether it's a skill, a relationship, or a piece of knowledge, recognizing what is invaluable helps us prioritize and appreciate what truly matters. Finally, treasure can refer to something precious or highly valued, often something we hold dear. It can be tangible, like a jewel, or intangible, like a cherished memory or relationship. Connecting these words to the overall theme, we see how understanding their meanings can help us better appreciate what we aim to protect, value, or pursue in our lives. Let's go through some key vocabulary words that can really help deepen our understanding of the material. First, invaluable. This means something that is extremely useful or priceless, something you can't put a price on. For example, certain experiences or knowledge can be invaluable in solving complex problems. Next, revenge. This refers to the act of retaliating or getting back at someone, often in response to a wrong or injury. It's a powerful concept that can drive many stories or motivations. Moving on to treasure. This is something highly valued, whether it's gold, jewels, or even intangible things like knowledge or relationships. Notorious describes someone or something that is famous in a negative way, often for bad reasons. Think of a villain or a scandal that makes someone notorious. Then we have theory. This is an idea or a set of ideas intended to explain something. Scientific theories, for example, help us understand the world around us. Surrender means to give up or cease resistance, often in a confrontational situation. It's a concept that appears frequently in stories of conflict and resolution. Lastly, preserve. This means to protect or maintain something in its original state, like preserving history, culture, or natural resources. All these words connect to our overall theme of understanding different concepts, whether they're related to human motives, historical events, or cultural practices. Remember, grasping these words enriches our vocabulary and helps us better analyze the texts and stories we encounter. Now, let's talk about answering the comprehension questions. This is where we put everything we've learned into practice. The key here is to carefully read each question and identify what it's really asking. Sometimes, the questions might seem straightforward, but they often require us to think critically about the information we've covered. It's important to look back at the relevant sections of the material to find clear, accurate answers. Remember, the goal is to demonstrate your understanding, so be sure to answer fully and thoughtfully. Connecting this to our overall theme, answering these questions effectively shows that we've grasped the core concepts and can apply them. So, take your time, stay focused, and use your knowledge confidently to respond. This step really helps reinforce what we've learned and prepares us for future challenges.